Okay. Uh this is Goji again. Did I say Goji? Goji. It's Goji. I don't mind Goji. It sounds alright. So, this this stream, okay, like on first viewing, like it may seem like a very stupid thing to vent about, but I genuinely feel because of how bad it got that I think it should be said. It should be discussed, and all that other stuff. So, there was this like look, there was this like a call last night, okay, and like let's just say it got really heated, and yeah, just got really messy, and like how can I say this without sounding like that this is something like stupid, because in reality it is, but it just got so dark so fast. um but this was all because of a Minecraft horse, okay, named Juan. You see, Juan was based off of the popular meme of the horse Juan standing on a balcony, and he had the alias of Esteban, which I honestly don't know where Esteban came from, but he's obviously a horse meme somewhere. But yeah, like in this case, it was Esteban, and like good lord, like I don't even know how to put this into words, because it's so bizarre, and it was almost like hmm, and it was just uh, it was just weird. I like so how can I really say this without throwing anyone under the bus? Okay, because I mean clearly I can see the comments in the stream, and Maddox has already admitted to this. Okay, well that's one person I spoke of in the situation, but he exposed himself because he's relentant about it. Relentant. I don't know if that's the word, but you guys get what I mean. But like me, Ari, and Maddox and Michael will like have like these daily calls, like at 6:30 or 7 or even 8, right? And thanks to a friend named Brigida, we all started kind of getting into the game Minecraft again. It was really fun. It it rebuilt our childhoods. But there were just and then when Brigida was absent for a little bit, we decided to make our own worlds. I think Maddox was the first, and I came the second. It And first of all, I was the one that the group mostly played like the world on. They played on my modded world, and that was when the horse stuff started. But it kept on. But then because of that, and because of the gaming stuff. Sorry guys, if there's pauses. I'm changing.
Mom says you're ranting.
Well, yes, I'm ranting a bit.
Don't post it. Do not post it. You hear me? Unless you share it with us first.
Alright, I will share it with you guys. Okay. Sorry, that was just my dad. You see, there's this rule in the house where I wouldn't call this ranting. And since the situation at least in a context regard, is not even that bad. Like, this can easily be, like, shown to my parents, and it would be, like, I wouldn't have to private this video afterward. But you see, Ari, as you may tell in some streams, that she, well, because of her surroundings, because of past events, she has become prone to get very, very angry. And, well, with all the, and then when, Maddox was getting, prone to, spawning all these animals with hilarious names, and I will admit too, I also did this, even if it was only to a slightly calmer degree, because I was just in the mood for that. Like, not to throw you under the bus, Maddox, but yeah. But you already did that to yourself, honestly, in the chat. But it kept going on and on and on, and it was like almost every call now, unless it was on a specific world. Now, uh, to be clear, um, none of us, like hardly like any of the time, were like joining my worlds anymore, right? So I think that was also the reason. Because if it was like in my world, I honestly personally think that things would have been a bit more calm, because I would have been allowing the shenanigans, but also being on Ari's side, because I mean, believe me, it gets old, it gets annoying, especially if it's just for this long ass period of time. Okay? But that is also like a big factor here. Like, none of them joined my worlds, and that kind of caused like things have just like went to crap. So like legit, if we ever like call again, but and all that stuff, it's like I personally think that we should just go to like my world for a little while, okay? Because I mean, clearly, man, if spawning stuff it like gets this much heat, like whether it's warranted or not, I mean, in this situation, it is half warranted, but also half really not warranted. Then I would just suggest going on my worlds, like, because if we do that, like shit wouldn't happen. But this is when things get really bad. So last night it was on a call. I was after this was after hanging out, having a good ass time with Maddox, like at the pool. It got some Taco Bell, went home. Uh, we started a call, and things were going pretty alright. Like Brigida was able to join again. We joined one of her new worlds. That was pretty good. Then Michael joined. We were still on Brigida's world. But then Brigida had to leave because she was feeling tired. And so and since like Ari's thing was like her Minecraft, like she has a really bad computer, okay? Like she wasn't like there wasn't we weren't able to join her world, right? So we went to Maddox's, and that's when things went super ham. Okay, super ham in the worst type of way. Like it was like I will admit, like me and Maddox, like were able to because we kind of had this plan as a joke that like we would kind of like tag team against Michael, like and put ourselves in survival and blah blah blah. But that was not the drama. But um, like clearly, um, you see, Maddox and Arya have such a good yet very strange relationship at the same time. They agree on so many things, but like when Maddox like makes Ari annoyed, like there's no turning back, right? And that was what and so Maddox decides to spawn another horse, or wait, if I can remember, there were multiple horses in one area, right? And he takes one and names it Esteban. But because like since this was going on and on and on, and despite this being his own world, okay, I'm sorry, Maddox, to say, but this was kind of justified for Ari. But she got sick of it and went after your horse. But when she couldn't get after your horse since Maddox was bragging, since that his computer was better and that he was able to run faster on the horse in general, she ends up using one of those ender bombs on like one of Maddox's house. It was like a a copper built sand trap and explodes his room and only his room. Uh, okay, Maddox breaking. I don't know if. Okay, look. Well, it sounded like it. Okay. So, like in our perspective, that was like bragging because it was like, and she felt like the only thing left to do, like to make him stop, was like wreck his shit. And I'm like, oh no, I don't think this I don't think that you should be doing this. And then it explodes, and then I like kind of like I'm in awe, okay, at what just happened. And then I'm like, well, I have to go. It's getting late. I need to go to my cousin's rehearsal dinner tomorrow. And then she leaves the call. And from what Maddox said, apparently she boots Maddox off of the Google chat, which is where we hold all of our calls. Okay, uh okay, Maddox, I know what you're saying in the chat. So look, if you want to explain that, then you can, but as you said after that fact, it is probably for the best. Because this isn't a disappointed in one single person thing, okay? This is like a disappointed in everyone thing, okay? But I like decided like me and Max were talking and I'm like, you know what? Look, I get that she's mad. I'll try to talk to her. And if she talks back, it is what it is. Because in reality, this situation, like, like is not like farther than just annoyance, right? Horrid annoyance, should we say? Since she did get really angry, so I add him back to the chat, but then she removes him and says something along the lines of like, I ain't having that shit. He pisses me off and he's not gonna learn anything, whether it's physical or not. And then I say my piece on it and I'm like, look, I get that you're angry, but this is my chat. There was no warrant for him to be kicked off. Like, both of you were babies in this situation. Both of you. I'm not targeting anyone. And I even called myself out a little bit. And, I honestly don't know. I have not checked the Google Hangouts since I'm just not like, believe me guys, I love Ari to death, but when she gets this way, there is just no convincing her otherwise. There's just no convincing her. And because, like, trust me, I'm her boyfriend. I'm their boyfriend. Like, I, out of all people, like, know these outbursts the most. With Maddox, sadly, being most of the cause of it. But ever since then, I just never checked Hangouts. And like, I honestly don't know if Maddox has been kicked from the chat again, since I have not checked. But then I wake up to like check Ari's account to see if she's like said anything about this. Cause if I'm being honest here, if I'm being serious here, other than that one thing I did this morning, and that was like call like all of like us out in the chat where like Maddox was kicked from. Um like I was, because in reality, like in that situation, right? I was probably the least likely to be blamed, since for one, like she knows that like I'm like the only one that's like laughing at the stuff and not exactly causing any shit, right? And two, like in these situations, like she knows that like I'm usually like, because Maddox said, that like he said thank you for being the bigger man, and I'm like, look, I didn't want to be the bigger man. Like, I'm proud to be, but I didn't want to be, because this situation shouldn't have happened over a Minecraft horse. But as I was saying, it's I check her Twitter, and then it's just like, I honestly don't know how to say about it, but she did tweet where it was like, I woke up and chose violence today. Neat. Obviously, that was a sarcasm tweet out of anger. Okay, I know that well, since that is also a thing she does. But man, out of all of the beefs that have happened over call, this is probably the most unwarranted of it. But as of today, I am probably going to make a new chat. Most likely. Not because of like, oh, I want to leave the rest of that behind. No, 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 no. It's because there was like so much, like there's so much ranting and raving over like different things and blah blah blah. And I personally don't know, like what I don't know what I'll name it, but I'm telling you, like almost everyone for the time being, and I mean everyone, because I just want to invite certain people that have either like completely like forgotten about the situation and are not mad, rather than the people that are still angry, which that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it got annoying. Okay, the horse thing got annoying. Okay, but just for like the mental safety of some others, like there would just have to be a limit of like a few people that I would invite at a certain time, right? Like I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'm just making sure that like everything starts off peaceful, and if this pointless beef isn't settled, then it's not settled. I just have to wait longer to add more people that are still going on about the beef like in the chat. Um but I don't know when I'm going to be making the chat. Like I personally don't know. But all I have left to say is that I'm disappointed in everyone in the old chat, okay? I'm disappointed in everyone in the old chat. Like Maddox, you shouldn't have been the instigator in that. Like, bro, you're my best friend. Okay? Like you can't be pulling this shit, bro. You're older than me and Ari. Like you shouldn't be instigating it when you know the type of people, and I'm not saying it like I'm not saying that or anything to call out any people like differing personalities, okay? But bro, you shouldn't have been instigating it. I'm sorry. It's because you know a lot, man. You are so smart. And if you know that these situations have happened before, you shouldn't be instigating yourself, and you shouldn't be instigating Michael to do it. And Ari, if you're watching this, I don't want to say this. I really don't. And I really hope this stream doesn't cause any beef, because this is calling out everyone, including myself, okay? It's just you just need to take a breather sometimes. Like especially in situations like these. It's because like removing people and and because removing someone or like shit talking someone just in just instigates the drama. Like like when Maddox and Michael were like spawning the horses, that was instigating the problem, but you shouldn't have been continuing it. Like but I also blame myself. I should have been in more control, but I just couldn't. I just wanted to have more fun on the calls and stuff like that. So, despite the situation not being bad, the way it turned out was just horrific. So, I blame myself for that. So if I'm being honest, if I'm being for reals here, like I might not only make a new chat, but I might have to like delete the old chat entirely because of how toxic it got. So to those people who will watch this stream in the future, or to those people who are watching this stream now, like Maddox, you the homie. But you guys know who you are, okay? You guys know who you are, and I know who I am. But let's be optimistic about it. Like, if we can all learn, if we can be a bit more chill with like the Minecraft stuff, like maybe if we could just like draw, maybe if we could just stop being smartasses or toxic to each other, then maybe this chat would be better. Okay? Like I'm not saying being a smartass isn't fun, but if it's done like that much, it's not good. Because trust me, I can be a smartass sometimes. Now that's one of my best aspects, and that's the same with Maddox. But if it's overblown, it ends up making people angry, and I know that. But if there just wasn't as so many insults, so much like unwarranted and toxic like resolutions, then the call and the chat would be great. But that's all I really have to say. So I'm gonna sign out. I need to get ready. I'm leaving in 1.5 hours, I think. So yeah. I will I will see you then. Um so peace my Gojis, and to anyone else that's not Maddox watching this stream, please do not take this as an insult. I'm just saying that we could all do better as a community in the chat. That's all I'm saying. Because the situation was so, like, it was annoying, but it was so normal. And it just got so overblown. So, I am, uh, I am gonna wish you guys sayonara. And, have a good day. Have a good afternoon. Have a good night. Wherever you are in the world. Just don't be toxic to your friends, especially when friendly beef gets turned into true beef. Because doing stuff like what we all did, me, Ari, Maddox, and Michael, like did in the old chat and in the old calls to aggravate each other, was not right. And from now on, I will take full responsibility because I think that's for the best. So, until then, my Goldhorns, my Gojis, my friends, have a good one.